This is entry number 1 for the backtesting diary. So honestly, we're just gonna get right into it. We're gonna be backtesting a couple days. Nothing too crazy. We're gonna kind of see how I look for setups, kind of like my viewpoint of the markets, some of the strategies I incorporate in my trading, as well as any little bit of pointers or tips that I can give you during this session. I'm gonna try to drop some gems. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I don't know what these results will be, so I'm just gonna let that be known from now. Backtesting, well, the way I backtesting is a lot like trading. The strategy works. There's periods when the strategy does not work, and that's just what it is. And yeah, you live with the results. Let's get it. So we also have a 5-minute demand here. I'm kind of interested in more than this one. So what we're gonna do is candle broke, stop loss here, price fill that gap here, have a demand zone, we're getting that reaction. Let's see what happens. Let's let it rip. One got hit. I'm gonna take partial payout here. I'm going to move, take profit, deepen. I'm just gonna trail now. Beautiful trade. That was a 1.89 risk reward. Let's go to the next day. Let's see what price wants to do. There is a demand here, but we're tapped into already. Price broke this kind of support area, as well as let's see what happens. Let's see what price is telling us. I'm gonna get in on the support setup right here. Stop loss below the 200. One got hit. We're going to put it to profit. We're going to take 90% off of the table. We're going to trail a little bit tighter. And another 1-2-8-1 RR trade. Again, I do not know what's going to happen next, so it is what it is. There's going to be times where the strategy is working phenomenally, and there's going to be periods, just like in real life day trading, where it's not necessarily the strategy, it's the market conditions. So again, we are back testing, but I have no idea what's happening next. I did not go to find these setups just to make examples. I'm literally trading as if I would come to a new market day. That's when you see me skip the hour. Every time I take a trade, win or lose, and you see me skip, what I'm doing is once I take that loss or that win, I'm done for the day as I normally would be done on a regular trading day. I'm done for the day. I'm skipping to the next 8 o'clock session start, and then I'm trading that till about 10:30, and then doing that. So how much trades have we done so far? We one more trade. And I'll do a breakdown of the trades one more time, just so you know what I mean. Why not? Interested in this support setup kind of happening here. If price can push above here, I'm definitely going to be getting in. So I want price to push above this candle here. Then I'll be taking this support setup. And this will be the last trade of trade journal number 1. I'm just going to be going over why I took the trades, the thought processes, and yeah. So I'm going to, and just like that, we're going to get in. Stop loss is going to be under these wicks to give it a little bit of room. We are going against the 50, so if it reacts too strongly off the 50, we're going to get out. And the rest is history. So let's go over the trades real quick. Let's go over why I took these trades and what you guys can learn from these trades, shall we? So, first things first. I took this 5-minute demand over here, simply based on the fact that we had a push above the 200 moving average. There was a gap left here. Like I said, I trade supply and demand, as well as liquidity grabs, as well as support resistance. Sometimes I will use all three in a setup just to kind of add extra confluences, but just for example's sake, price pushed above the 200 here. I noticed that price also broke multiple structures here, but the main structure that was broken that kind of caught my eye was this right here. So price pushed, left a gap, and then as well as what I like to see is when price has been trading under the 200 for quite some time, as it has been doing here, when price breaks it, I'm not going to take any setup off the initial break. I need price to break it and then break it again. So that's kind of what happened. Price broke structure again, created a 5-minute demand area with another gap, filled in that gap, filled in this gap, wicked off, and off that wick you get in. That's a simple buy, and it is what it is. This trade here was a loser. Again, this was, I tried to backtest as if it is real markets. So I took this trade simply because there was liquidity in the bottom. There was also a demand that happened with breaks of structure to the top side. This was more of a major break, this being more of a minor break. But there was breaks of structures to the top side. Price came back and validated this demand zone by wicking it. So the next logical option, especially with this the candle that formed here, was okay, this seems like it could be a liquidity grab / support resistance. So I took it on the immediate break, and yeah, price went against me. It is what it is. Things that could have been done differently and should have been done differently was to immediately close once price broke down. So I'm not sure. I believe I closed early on a couple of these trades. I'm not sure which one, but that's what I would do on a regular day. Is okay, if I see candles like this form, if I take a trade like this and it pushes up and then immediately goes up against me, I'm not gonna take it again. That makes sense. This was like a textbook. This is kind of what I hoped would have happened on that loss, but again, 5-minute demand, gap, price broke, get in aggressively or get in. I got in aggressively. A lot of people like to get in once the price actually breaks the wick, but me, I get in off the body because I've seen that be the difference between a winning and a losing trade. So got in off the body, boom, 1-1, and then I believe we closed out of 1 to 8.9, but it is what it is. This right here was a simple 5-minute support. There was not much liquidity to grab, but I noticed that on the 5-minute, price has been wicking, and honestly, like a lot of the times when I see these types of setups happening, yes, they are risky, but with the 200 as a confluence as well as a 50 and the 13 moving average, it seemed very plausible for price to at least continue to give me some sort of push or a 1-to-1. So we got in the moment price pushed, broke, we got in here, boom, and it is what it is, 1 to 8.1 risk reward. And then lastly, with this setup, same kind of deal. Price came broke, right? The thing is with this, it was kind of interesting because price created a lower low and I'll say minor lower high, but then broke that lower high immediately. This wick kind of counted as a lower high in my books. Broke that lower high immediately, and then that is the wrong tool. Anyways, broke that high immediately, and then ended up doing a break of structure. I'm gonna, for this example's sake, change the color as well as type in break of structure. So that just changed the. There you go. So there was a break of structure. This wick right here being the previous lower high. So lower low, lower high, lower low. Then that was a higher high. Price broke above 200 again with a lot of power behind it, and then formed a very strong bullish candle again. So then once I started to see these wicks as well as this wick off that strong bullish candle, it seemed very plausible that price wants to continue in that way, giving me some sort of support resistance on the 5-minute. Boom, 1-to-1. Got in and got out. That's honestly how I trade. It's a mix, a variation, just because there's days when supply demand doesn't want to work, and there's days when that's the only thing that works. But it's your boy Shaq with a $. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, and yeah, this is backtest entry number 1. Let's get it. Peace.